welcome to Square Raindrop. I'm Jo Wheeler.
And I'm Steph Galter.
And gosh, what a mix we've got, Steffi.
We have had a crazy mix recently. We've had the cold air firing down from the north, and it's fighting with the far milder air in the south. And of course, where those two air masses meet is where we've seen all the rain and at times all that snow as well.
Absolutely, which has made life, or at least weather, across the country very exciting indeed. Not for everybody, because certainly looking back, I was driving down to Peterborough on Friday, horrible conditions, blizzard conditions, and the further I went, the worse it got. Loads of car accidents, and ended up with about 2-3 inches of snow and no visibility whatsoever. And then over the weekend, we saw temperatures up to like 15-16 degrees Celsius.
Yes, it finally felt like spring was coming. I'm like, this is what we're after. This is what we need. But then you had some rather weird weather on Monday.
Yes, well, literally, Sunday was supposed to be wet and windy, and then those winds carried on picking up through Monday morning. And so I should say, I've just got a new car, very proud, because the other one was broken. The other one kind of works. And I decided to take that on Monday morning because the winds were so bad. And literally, as I was driving, there were trees down everywhere. There were branches blown across the road. Cars were getting buffeted. The winds were truly horrendous. And then I got a call from my son saying, the wind has blown the bifold doors out of the house. So there's a big 3-meter gap in the back of our house where 5 doors have literally collapsed out. And I'm going, can you just stay there till I get back? You know, I'll sort it when I get back. And we did sort it, but only at about 2 o'clock this morning. The wind.
It sounds like something out of the Wizard of Oz. I can imagine Toto being sucked out of your house. Help! Not that the dog spoke, but if it did, it would have said that for sure.
My dog's a little bigger, and I think the house will get sucked out of the dog before the dog got sucked out of the house.
It's not a dog.
No, it's not a dog.
That is a bear.
It is indeed. Yeah, and that's why I needed, those 5 doors to keep that large dog inside. And it was a long and arduous job. And I could not believe the winds. Honestly, literally everything in the garden was whipped up. I was finding bits of everything everywhere. So yes, a very violent day yesterday.
Yeah, the strongest gust I saw was 62 miles an hour in Norfolk. So yeah, very, very strong.
Not that impressive when you see what Scotland gets at times.
That is true. Or the Needles, but then nobody lives on top of the Needles. So, you know, this is where people live.
No, fair enough. Not exactly densely populated, but yes, it was very, very blustery. And then today, my son was travelling back across the country, travelling westwards. And of course, there were snow showers and low temperatures and risk of freezing rain. And I'm sitting there planning the route, please can go via Southampton, to take yourself up to Cheshire. Which would be a long journey,
that would be good,
but very safe. Yeah,
exactly.
And that's what you're looking for. Anyway, he did get there okay. And but he did say there was heavy snow around Stoke, going up towards Macclesfield. And I think, again, some of the Pennines Peak District got hit by fairly heavy snow.
Yeah, we are at that time. It is spring where you get the colder air fighting with the milder air, because it's not just a case of the weather all warms up gradually and nicely as we head towards spring. There's like the fight between good and evil, but at least it's not quite as severe as, say, elsewhere in the world, maybe the US, where they have the really cold air from Canada fighting with the really warm air up from the Gulf of Mexico. And then you have really massive battles. And that's why you get all the tornadoes in Tornado Alley. Now, I don't know if you know, Jo, but I decided to drag my poor long-suffering husband off tornado chasing one year, which was fantastic.
Where else would you go on holiday? I mean, the Norfolk Broads are positively tame in comparison.
Do you want a beach holiday? We're going tornado chasing. What do you mean you don't like weather? Tough, you're coming anyway. So we jumped in this van, stayed there for a week. And as we arrived, they said, we've never yet not seen a tornado. So we're going to have a great time. And the forecast looking all great, and it's okay. A week in a van, Jo, an entire week in a van. We drove everywhere in the States. What did I see? Nothing. I think I saw a hailstone, and that was it. I felt cheap and used.
That's really bad. That's like taking a holiday to go and see the Northern Lights and finding they don't appear. or,
Do you
or
know?
looking for dolphins.
Yes. I won't tell you my Northern Lights anecdote here. It's rather long and, again, somewhat disappointing.
So you went tornado chasing in the States, where there are obviously lots, and
Mhm.
saw none.
That is exactly what happened. But I got the idea of what tornado chasers do.
Oh, yeah, wait around a lot.
Tumbleweed.
Okay, so again, we've had this battle between the cold air in the northeast today, and this system coming across, which has given rain, showery rain, whatever, some further snow over the higher ground. What, in the name of all that is wonderful, yeah, is going to happen over the next couple of days? Because I'd just like some peaceful weather. I'd like to take my lawnmower out, if that's okay with everybody else. I'd like to walk my dogs without having
Right.
to
Well,
dress up like Nanook of the North.
right. Well, unfortunately for you, Jo, you might have to move country because I've looked at the forecast over the next few days, and there's this big swirling, essentially a bullseye right over the top of us. All the winds will be swirling around that. Lots of fronts, lots of rain going around. So yeah, unsettled would be a kind word, but at least it won't be that cold. That's the only saving grace. That's all I've got.
Can I actually plant anything yet? I mean, I'm not an avid gardener, but I do enjoy my garden, and I like growing things when various cats and dogs don't dig them all up. But the past few years, I've planted things, and then the frost has come again, and it's all gone horribly wrong.
You know me, Jo, unless I see the whites of its eyes, I don't like to forecast it. So I'm not going long range. Steph doesn't do that.
Can I
So I
also
will tell you the next few days where you are in Lincolnshire, there probably won't be a frost. But further ahead than that, who's to say?
far be it from me to make assumptions, but Steph, you don't grow anything, do you? Because
I do. I do. I grow potato. The thing is, though, Jo, Steph being Steph, puts everything in the ground, waters it diligently, and then forgets to pull it up. So I've got carrots from about 3 years ago in the garden.
Yes, I do that too. Actually, it's great fun. But then the following year, when you're prepping the ground and you find all the potatoes and the carrots still there,
And growing.
absolutely brilliant. So okay, we had a bet a few weeks ago because I was betting on this
Oh,
cold snap.
bringing this old chestnut up,
Which
are we, Jo?
I'm
Again.
just going to say, yeah. I won that one. But literally looking further ahead, and I know you don't do long-term forecasts, and I haven't really looked, to be honest. Do we think in the next couple of weeks we probably will see some spring-like weather? Please.
I do not go further ahead. So for me, the next few days look very unsettled. That's it. That's all I do.
Okay. Do you know what? For the mental benefit of everybody who's listening to us, I'm going to say I'm going to put my bet on there being some spring weather in the next couple of weeks. We'll see temperatures in the mid-teens and hopefully some sunny spells. And if I'm wrong, well, shoot me. Yeah, but I'm going to go with that just so I can put a smile on people's faces. Right or wrong, find out in the next edition of Square Raindrop. Join us then. And in the meantime, if you want to talk to us, it is at
Square Raindrop, because Square Raindrop didn't fit.